Coming up on the programme, we're going to be talking about a fundraising appeal, and this is all to do with a new building which will really benefit cancer patients in the county and their families and the staff as well. So a big fundraiser is underway. We'll hear how it's going, what the plans are, and it's all to do with something new which will be right next to the oncology unit in Cheltenham as well. So we'll get a latest update on that. Also, big fundraising concert happening as well, so we'll hear all about that. It's you two, still haven't found what I'm looking for. BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Nicky here through until 2 o'clock today. Raining outside. It's best to stay next to your radio, to be honest. You know, all day long. With you through until 2. Rewind to come at 1. Then Graham Rogers this afternoon. Now, a fundraising appeal for around £17.5 million is underway to create a new space for cancer patients in the county. A new centre is planned, and also existing oncology facilities will be upgraded if all the money can be raised. This is for Cheltenham. It's all about providing a welcoming space for patients and staff, new therapeutic garden as well. And one of the upcoming events is a concert at Gloucester Cathedral, which is supported by Gloucester Rotary Club. And here to tell us more is Rob Thomas and also Karen Organ from the Cheltenham and Gloucester Hospitals charity. So hello to both of you.
Morning.
Good afternoon. Hello. Nice to see you again, Karen. Yes, yeah. It's just about the afternoon, isn't it?
It's lovely to be here again, Nicky.
Very nice to see you. It's been a while. And this appears to be one of the biggest appeals that you've done. This is a big one, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I think this is one of the biggest Gloucestershire's seen, actually. And really exciting, the legacy that's going to be left here with this new build, and also just refurbishing what we've currently got. It really will be a state-of-the-art cancer centre, because of course we're a regional cancer centre.
Of course, and you hear so many glowing reports of the cancer treatment that people have in Cheltenham, but this is about the environment where they have that treatment, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, we've got the most amazing staff, and we're told constantly by patients the staff are amazing. The treatments are fantastic, over and above. We really do punch. But anybody that has visited the centre will see it's quite old, tired. The spaces aren't fit for purpose any longer. So this is about completely and utterly reconfiguring what we've got.
Very exciting, isn't it? So let's hear from some other voices, people who know why this is needed, because you've released a video online. So let's hear a couple of clips now. And we've got Dr. Sam Gugliani, who is a consultant oncologist, and he says better surroundings would make a big difference.
In order to deliver that news well, respectfully to the individual and to the content of the conversation, you actually need a space that is respectful, uncramped, in its way beautiful and well lit, so that the distress of it is to some extent softened, trust is enabled.
And Alison Lovett-Turner, the Oncology and Haematology Practice Development Lead, says the environment for those difficult conversations is crucial.
We know from patient feedback that they can remember everything. They remember the walls, they remember the smells, they remember the posters, and as well as the words that were said. And we also know that the current environment isn't good enough and that it stays with people. So having a new environment, it's priceless.
I thought that was very powerful what she said there, Karen, because people remember those conversations, and you're never going to forget that conversation, are you? If you're being told that you've got cancer and you need treatment, but you remember not just the conversation, but where you were, what the environment was like.
Absolutely. I mean, we've all been in a space, maybe not as dramatic as cancer in that way, but even if you go to the dentist or something, we know that when you're faced with that, you remember, those are the things you remember. And for this new building, it's like walking into a building now and the building actually say, we've got you, we're looking after you, which we don't have that now.
There's a fish tank in my dentist, by the way.
Excellent.
I can recommend a fish tank.
Thank you.
It's quite relaxing, actually, watching the fish.
I'm sure it is, or light, or things.
No one likes going to the dentist, and it's somewhere you don't really want to be.
Yeah.
And this is another place you're trying to make it as welcoming as possible, but essentially people don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And those conversations are really difficult. So it's, I imagine, a light, airy building that you're planning.
Yeah. Well, I would advise everyone to go and have a little look at the website, the Big Space Cancer Appeal, and you've got artist impressions there, and just the transformation is it's just amazing to see what we could have
Yeah.
or what we will have. We're nearly there. We're hopeful that the build will start next year.
Okay, yeah, and it's a lot of money, isn't it? 17.5 million, and you're organising lots of fundraising events. We'll come on to the concerts shortly. But...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard work. The Lions at Large, which is a big initiative going out this summer. I mean, we're hoping that's going to make an awful big dent in it as well. And then we've got the amazing Rotary that have really come on board and are supporting.
Yeah, and Rob, you're all for this, aren't you? And supporting the appeal, which is great, and doing what you can. You're a Rotarian, and there's a big concert coming up at Gloucester Cathedral then. And what's planned? You've roped in plenty of choirs to join in?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Rotary clubs across the whole of Gloucestershire have pulled together for over a year now, and we're probably halfway through the support programme. So there's 20 plus clubs that have come on board, and my own club, which is Cotswold Tyndale, is the lead for some of these things. And can I just tell you about some of the events that are happening?
Yeah, do. What's going on? Yeah.
I mean, earlier this year we've had the Valentine's Ball. Rotary Forest of Dean did a half marathon. We've had the Wootton Teas, Kingsholm. Rotary at Kingsholm have done the race night recently. We've had Talk with Teas. We had a great golf day organised by Yates Supplies that raised several £1,000s in one day. So there are lots of events going on, and some of them are music related. So, for example, we've got a jazz night coming up, as I mentioned, but the big one is the 21st of June, which is Midsummer's Day, where we've got the concert at the cathedral. We've got two great choirs. We've got Dursley Male Voice Choir, and we've got the Stuart Singers from Cirencester. And also we have a guest league vocalist who is Mark Llewellyn-Evans, who's a famous opera singer. But it's not all sort of just male voice choir traditional stuff. There's a full range of music. We've got them singing things like Danny Boy, the Sound of Music medley, Best of Neil Diamond, Broadway Blast. There's lots and lots of different types of music that should appeal to a very wide audience.
Right. People could sing Sweet Caroline then.
Yeah,
and others.
I will have to see that.
Face is lit up there.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. As I'm getting older and older, I absolutely love male voice choirs, especially when there's a little bit of modern stuff. Well, I say modern. Is Neil Diamond considered modern?
Well, Sweet Caroline was 1971, I believe. Yeah. Or 70, yes.
Yeah, so those kind of things.
But it's songs that people know, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, there's a full range of stuff, and I think what's going to be great about it, because it's on Midsummer's Day, or the evening, I should say, then in the interval, people will be included in the ticket prices a glass of wine, which they can take in the cloisters, which is, of course, where Harry Potter was filmed, or indeed in the Garth Garden if we have dry weather, hopefully not like today. So yeah, it should be a great evening. And perhaps I could just say that what we have done today is really try and boost this for the staff of the hospital and for the patients of the oncology unit, and open it up to them where they get effectively 2 tickets for the price of 1, because we've now totally broken even. We have sold enough tickets. Over 150 tickets have been sold.
And it's not easy to sell tickets for events these days, I'm sure you know.
No, exactly.
As you say, people are busy. There's many other events going on at the moment. So yeah, to break even by this stage is
so
really
effectively for hospital staff and patients, it's just £10 a ticket, and every pound will go to the Big Space Cancer Appeal. So it's amazing.
Which is really good news, isn't it? Yes, we'll talk some more in the next few minutes with Rob and with Karen, who is here, and we'll look in a bit more detail as to what this unit will look like. And as we're saying, hopefully the work can begin next year. So more to come.
On BBC iPlayer.
It's Blondie and Heart of Glass. That's where the lyrics end with that one. 12:25. Catch up with Graham very soon. Right now we're talking about this big fundraiser, the Big Space fundraiser, and we've got Karen Organ here from the Cheltenham and Gloucester Hospitals charity, Rob Thomas as well from the Rotary Club Cotswold Tyndale, did you say?
Correct.
Yes, that's the one. Raising a lot of money, and this is for a better environment for cancer patients, but also for the staff to work in as well. So Karen, for those who don't know, what's the current environment like? What do people walk into?
So if you come into our cancer centre, there's no light, there's no natural light there. The actual rooms that you go and have consultations with, some of them are too small to put a wheelchair through. Then they're just not set up to be proper consultation rooms. So whether you get, bad news, or if the news is even good, that the room, the environment does not match. And as I said, going through, there are actually staff rooms there that are tiny. You know, there's nowhere for the staff to get away as well. So that's a really important bit. But what we'll also have is we'll have some digital suites. So if you have, the thing we learned through COVID was we can very, very easily and very well have online appointments at home. So you've got your choice of who you bring into those appointments as well. But we hadn't got anything that was actually set up professionally for there. So we will have digital suites there that whether it's your consultant or your palliative care or your dietitian, right the way through, you can have an online consultation. So people coming in from the Forest of Dean, that might be a much easier way to have your appointments, but you'll have a choice.
Setup, yes.
Yeah, you'll have a choice.
Yeah, and that environment matters. We heard from the doctor and the practice development lead as well, Alison, about the environment for those difficult conversations. But I suppose it's the environment for routine appointments as well.
Absolutely.
But you might be anxious about.
Absolutely, and not going straight from your appointment straight out into a big waiting room. There will be areas that you can just kind of go and have a little think about and digest the information that you've been given, which could be good news as well. You know, sometimes we're quite emotional on good news, aren't we?
Of course. But also you might be coming out into a waiting room with your good news, big smile on your face with somebody, and there might be people waiting there who've had very bad news. You know, you just, I suppose, the flow through the building.
Yeah, or they're not feeling very well at the time, or there's an awful lot of different emotions that you'd actually feel coming in there. And I'm sure most everybody in that department will not want to be there. So the better environment you can have is much better for your well-being.
It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, you're creating a space that people don't want to be in, but it's the best space you can possibly be in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And in terms of space, I mean, it's called the Big Space Appeal. It seems to me always that there's not much space spare around the hospital in Cheltenham. You've got a space in mind for this?
Yeah, we have. So the current, so phase one will be about the new build, which will be 2 stories on the back of oncology where it currently is, and there will be a tranquil garden as well built in as well there. So that's completely new and a new build. Then moving on to phase 2, everything we've currently got will be reconfigured. So we've got quite a lot of space, it's just not used well. So that will all be completely reconfigured as well, with, a new waiting room and new consulting rooms as well.
Yeah, I mean, time moves on as well, and what people want from the space is probably different now compared to when it became the oncology unit.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So it will look, as you come in, as I said, the feel will be completely different.
Yeah, and Rob, I know that you've been touched by cancer. I mean, everybody has, literally everybody, haven't they, in terms of family and friends? And I know a lot of Rotarians, this is very close to their hearts as well.
Yeah, I think it really motivated us as a Rotary club initially, and then the whole of the district coming together, because many of our members in Cotswold Tyndale suffered and had to visit the oncology unit in its current state. So our current president, Gillian Hayward, she suffered cancer more than once. Derek Aston, who is a past president, who is coming back into the presidency in a month's time, really in honour of his wife, Catherine, who he lost to cancer at the beginning of last year. And my own wife, unfortunately, has been diagnosed with myeloma, which is an incurable but treatable blood cancer. And we've had such fantastic support through the oncology unit. And my wife even had a stem cell transplant there. So we know the staff do a fantastic job. It's just the premises and, some of the facilities within there that really need upgrading. And that's why we felt passionately that this is something we could not only align ourselves to for this year, but for a couple of years. So it's really been our charity for focus.
It's a big project, isn't it? Yes. And Karen, in terms of timescale, what are you thinking? So work could begin, if the money's raised, could begin next year?
Well, we've got enough money now to be able to start the build next year. But to be perfectly honest, Nicky, I'm just focused on the fundraising. Yeah. So there's a whole big team that are actually working with the build and things along that line. But it's going to be soon. Sooner rather than later.
Yes, as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So these, as I said, the fundraising's gone on. We're there, in terms of actually getting it built, the bare bones of everything. So the fundraising for us now continues to get everything else reconfigured. And
yes, and on that, you've got an appointment with Snowdon, I understand. At the end of June, you're not just encouraging other people to fundraise; you're doing it yourself.
yeah, absolutely. I'm climbing Snowdon in the dark, which for somebody that's scared of the dark is going to be quite a tough one for me. I've done a lot of things over the years, and we've got a great team. There's 10 of us going to go along. So some of the matrons and directors and Terry Hull from GMS, our General Management Services, is coming. So all selected from kind of the big space team.
Great. And they're not all dressed as Dolly Parton, though.
No.
No.
No, they're not. I decided to take a little leaf out, a very charitable lady, and I'm going to do it dressed as Dolly Parton.
Fantastic. So we need to hear all about this. This is the end of June, isn't it? So we'll find out how it went. But the good news about going up there in the middle of the night is that you'll see the sunrise on Snowdon.
I'm really looking forward to that. So hopefully if I make the top in my cowboy boots.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
I'll be watching the sun come out there, which would be great.
Cowboy boots, yes, not the most comfortable, I might suggest, but we'll definitely catch up with you. And Rob, remind us about the concert. So Gloucester Cathedral, Midsummer's Day.
Yeah, and can I just tell them where to go?
Absolutely,
in the politest sense.
I was going to say, yes.
If they go to the rotarybigSpaceCancer.org, rotarybigSpaceCancer.org. Click on the events, they'll see the concert, and then if they are a member of staff of the hospital or a patient, if they just email the address there, they can get their promo code to get 2-for-1 tickets.
Fantastic. So, 6:45, 21st of June. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you.
Good to see you. Good to see you both in the studio.
Lovely to see
and
you.
We'll catch up with you soon, no doubt. Good to hear all about the fundraising and the big project. Just gone 12:30.